When I was like a small kid, I always liked to take things apart and put them back together. So I used to steal my dad's tools from his toolbox, and I'd go out into the woods and I'd build tree forts and contraptions and bike jumps and all sorts of different things with my friends. Boilermakers do the impossible. We walk in sometimes under scary, dark, dirty conditions, and we squeeze our way through components, and then out in a little speck of light is a tiny joint that we have to weld. And you can't get your hands in, you can't get your head in, but it's expected of you that you're gonna nail that joint just like it was in the shop. So when we go out on the job site, we have to make the impossible happen. To keep my skills sharp, the Union Hall has a really good shop where you can come and practice and work on different skills and work on different welding tickets and stuff. I kind of connected a little bit more with TIG welding because I like the finesse and I like the speed and to get in my own zone and to concentrate. Sometimes you're not able to get your head on the backside of the joint, so we use a mirror to help us to get the visual on the joint that we're welding. So I lived my life in a mirror. I brushed my teeth in a mirror, I wrote notes, I tried to text people on my phone in a mirror, and then I went home into my own shop and I mirror welded day and night. And since then, it's kind of been a little bit of a passion of mine, and it's a cool kind of trick to show off to people who are just starting out in welding, like, hey, I can do this, and if you practice, you can do it too. I also think it's super cool that we work in one of the most dangerous trades because it kind of sets me up from everyone else. I'm not just like a welder in a shop somewhere. I'm in there doing the nitty-gritty. Being on the road can be really difficult, but through the union, I've met a lot of people that are there like when you need them to lean on. Especially with other women in the trades, we all kind of have the same sort of feelings, like missing family, missing some big milestones. So there's always someone there just to talk to. We have benefits that cover like our health and welfare and also our mental health. So it's super important when you're working long hours and you're tired and you're away from home that you focus just not on your like physical health, but you focus on your mental health too. When I was a first-year apprentice and I got my first big check, I was on a shutdown, we were working 6 days a week, 12-hour shifts. I got that check and it was like the most exciting moment of my life. I flipped that envelope open and it was like more money than I made in an entire month. And I was so excited because I was like, we finally don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. We can finally buy the things that we need. And I still have that pay stub, and I use that as a reminder that I took a step out of the minimum wage world and I stepped into the elite. I was off for about 3 months while they were making new COVID protocols, and that was my biggest grossing year ever. I made $135,000 in about 8.5 months. I still have these moments from time to time where I just kind of stop in the middle of my work and I think, how lucky am I to be a part of this? I owe it all to my first mentor who, through my apprenticeship, like took me under her wing and kind of showed me what's what. And then as a journeyman together, we were welding partners on tons of jobs, welding joints together. Not only do I call her a partner at work, but she's one of my best friends. A couple of times I've showed up on job sites and I've just kind of been a little bit undervalued just because there is an industry standard and sometimes I just might not fit the look of the industry standard. So what that's made me do is just work my butt off. When I show up on a job site, there's no idle time for me. If you want cables run, I'll run your cables. If you want someone to pick up rod stubs on the ground, I'll pick up rod stubs on the ground. Like, I want to show everyone who's kind of looking at me a little bit sideways that I'm just as valuable, if not more, than all the others on the job site. I don't like look at myself as like, oh, I'm a woman and I'm coming out to work. I think of myself as I'm a Boilermaker and I'm going to go kick some butt on this job.